to not watch social media. Now we're here, folks. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a great day. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609. We got an incredible show for you guys today. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show on all 5 of our social media outlets. You're watching us on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, the Mo Carrara Facebook page, Ocean's Pit Facebook page. We're on X, formerly Twitter. We're on YouTube, and we're on LinkedIn, all at the same time, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, lunchtime fun. And today is Wednesday, January 31st, the last day of January, folks. And we got a great show lined up for you guys this afternoon. In a little while, we'll bring up my good buddy Ronnie B. Elvis and his lovely little queenie, Deborah. That's right, folks. They got some good stuff going on right now. They have a brand new song they wrote together called Rockabilly Queen. Again, that was nominated at the Josie Awards in Nashville and the Red Carpet Hollywood Songwriters Award, 4 nominations in Holland, in the country of Holland, and they're fantastic. They're putting a little show together. Now, Ronnie B's been doing his show by himself for a while, for many years, but now he's teaming up with his girl, Deborah, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And they're going to sing 2 songs for you guys today, 2. First of all, a great song called Pledging My Love, which was like one of the last songs Elvis recorded on his 1977 album, right before he passed away. And then the song they wrote together, Rockabilly Queen. So I'm excited to have my good friends back on again and fishing partners. Anyway, we're having a great day today, folks, and let's get right to the nitty-gritty. That's right. We're talking about Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Ace, Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville. U-Haul, Rentals, Norwich, Des Plaines, and Warrenville have a large fleet of trucks. Best prices in town. 3 easy ways to make a reservation. Call the store, walk in, visit the U-Haul desk, or go to uhaul.com, folks. Also, take advantage of the auto key programming at all their stores. They program in car cut keys up to 50% less than dealership. Visit the Helpful Hub to speak to a certified team member, folks. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. They've been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, folks. And also in February, we're going to come up with a date where we're going to go to the Norwich store and they're going to raffle out a free a Weber grill. And the money that we're going to make on that raffle is going to go to Almost Home Foundation for Dogs, which is going to be very cool. We'll be giving you that date coming up very soon. All right. I want to thank my host yesterday, co-host every Tuesday. That's Twisted Tuesdays with Carol Brandolino. Thank you, Carol. Great job that you did. And you can see me and Carol every Tuesday. Speaking of co-hosts, tomorrow is Thursday, and that means Laura Ocean is back in the house. So it's going to be very, very cool. All right, guys, another sponsor, of course, talking about public relations, Bernie DeMayo. Every act, every artist, every company needs to get your name out, TV, radio, magazines. What's way to do it? With a public relations, with a publicist. Use mine. He's the best. Bernie DeMayo Partners, experienced, creative, and smart. Worked with Chicago Bulls, worked with the White Sox, works with Popeye's Chicken, works with Phil Stefani Group. He is the guy, my good friend, Bernie DeMayo. If Bill Gates once said, if I was down to my last marketing dollar, I would spend it on public relations. And there's pretty good advice from a guy that's worth $100 billion, whether you like his politics or not. He is a very rich man. Anyway, call Bernie DeMayo at 312-217-5658, BernieDeMayo.com. He's one of the best and a great guy, too. Folks, and also let's get down to our other great sponsor, folks, and we need to promote my good friend Mary Gravis, buying or selling a Chicagoland realty area, the perfect real estate professional. Whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home, give her a call today. Available to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. Mary Grievous, that's M. Grievous at starkre.com, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725. Mary Grievous. Good lady, gets the job done, and that's what it's about. Helping your friends help you, right? When everybody's got some sort of company out there, you want to help them by supporting them. I think that's very, very important. All right, let me just get a big something I want to mention real fast before anything, before we bring on the arts, before we bring on Ronnie and Deborah. Ah, in my particular show, since it is Ocean's Pit, I can say what I feel, believe in, whether people like it or not. It is what it is. That's why we're the free country. You can say what you want. There's a lot of people say that called me and they were them bashing Taylor Swift. Now let me just understand something. There's a lot of music I don't like and I bash all the time. I've been bashing new country music for how many years? Nobody gives me any shit about that. Taylor Swift is someone, okay, number one, she talented? Absolutely. Is she a marketing genius? Absolutely. I don't care for her. I don't like her music. I'm sorry. I don't like her political views. I don't like her music. I don't like keep seeing her face every 10 minutes, 15 minutes when I'm trying to watch a Super Bowl game. Okay? I know it's the same feeling that Yoko Ono had with John Lennon. Everybody did not like Yoko Ono. They could not stand Yoko. I don't care for her. Now listen, I have a daughter who loves Taylor Swift. She's a Swiftie. Okay, it is what it is. I don't have to like her, and I said I just don't care for her. I don't. And what's getting me crazy is they're more concerned about her throwing love kisses to her boyfriend than they are the game. And what bothers me is that I'm believing, because we all know how sports are. Everything seems to be rigged. They always want the Dallas Cowboys to be in the playoffs because of the ratings. America's team. They want Kansas City to be in the Super Bowl because Taylor Swift, all her fans, it's going to be, mark my words, it's going to be the most watched football Super Bowl ever because of her and her boyfriend, whether they win or lose. So that's just what it is. And then there's also people that mind your own business if it's got nothing to do with you folks. That's just my opinion. Anyway, enough of that. Let's say hello to some people who are watching Susan the Closer Jambroni. Swifty's a star. Yes, she is. Carol, exactly. Thank you. Me too. There you go. Don't like her either. See, there's a lot of people that don't like her. See, there you go, Trump. I got it. All right, Carol, this is for you.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.
Okay, you got it. I also want to thank a friend. I won't mention her name, but I will mention her initials. RS. Thank you, R.
Your amazing energy and bold spirit make me tingle inside.
Okay. Thank you, R, because I know she's watching. Marty's back. Oh, my good friend Marty's back. I miss you, brother. We got to talk. My good friend Marty. And Tony, Double T. What's up, buddy? Luann, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Ellie Weinhardt in the house. Dennis, Lake Geneva. Everybody's in the house today. Hanson. What's up, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Kathy Appolito, I hope your mom is feeling better. This is fantastic. The Professor Daryl Armenstadt. Everybody watching today, it's going to be a show. And there's Paul Luca, too. Paul, how you doing, buddy? My good friend from Lake Geneva. All right, guys. Woo! We got a busy week. Tonight we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle with Double T, Tony Toto, and Angelo Conamato, ladies and gentlemen, from Naples, Italy. He's fantastic. Big star in Italy, and he'll be there tonight. Tomorrow we'll be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington with Tony Toto. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Daryl Armenstadt. Saturday we'll be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy. Saturday night, retro night with the Main Event Band, Danny Ramonde, Tony Toto, Jerry Jams, and Lisa Marie from the rock band Reckless. And Sunday, going back to Tavern on the Point in Edison Park, a 5:30 show. Going to be a lot of fun. Michelle, how you doing? Lilia, well, hope you guys are doing well, man. It's fantastic. All right, we're going to have my good friend Ronnie B. and Deborah on. I'm excited. Great guys. And a couple other things. My prayers go out to my good friend John Gianardo. His wife, Barb, needs some prayers. So let's go out and get some prayers out to Barb, everybody. Now, yesterday, when you're also Congratulations to Ron Onesti, was on WGN this morning, cooking some of his great food, folks, on GN at 10 o'clock this morning. Great job, Ron Onesti. And, of course, they're announcing the grand opening of Rockin' Ravioli, the new bar restaurant in St. Charles, which is on the first floor when you walk in. Then they got so much stuff going on over there. The Speakeasy, third floor. They got the theater. They got Studio 64, which is a disco. So Rockin' Ravioli will be opening very soon in St. Charles. So congratulations to Ron Onesti and the Onesti team. Now, yesterday, folks, you know what? I asked Carol, my co-host, on Tuesday, what it's like, how many people actually go out by themselves and go out to dinner. Will they go to a restaurant by themselves? Will they go to a movie by themselves? Will they go anyway by themselves? They say that if you can do something like that and get used to doing stuff like that, you can conquer anything. And I don't get too many days off, but when I do, I try to have some fun. And I went to go, and I love going to see movies, but there's not been a lot of good movies on lately to go see. I've seen Killers of the Flower Moon. I thought that was great. I bit the side of my tongue, and it's just killing me. Anyway, besides that, so yesterday I went to the streets of Woodfield, AMC, and I went to go because you guys all know how much I love Godzilla. And let me tell you something. Godzilla -1, I had no clue what to expect because I loved the Godzilla movies back in the day when it was all the rubber suit guys, before they turned it all this whatever this stuff is, technology that just doesn't even look real anymore. Godzilla -1 is unbelievable. One of the best movies I've seen in years. It's in Japanese, so they have the English things on the bottom. But the storyline was great, and it's great to know that the old Godzilla is back. I mean, old school, which I love. So I just love that movie. Go see it. It's also not the first time it's ever been nominated for Best Visual Effects. Godzilla movie has never been nominated. So interesting stuff on that. Go check it out. Stella, how are you doing, my friend? Joanne, hope everybody's well. Debbie's in the house. Yeah, Onesti was fantastic this morning, folks. Also, one last thing. Remember January 28th, 1986. Again, remembering the Space Challenger. Horrible when all those deaths happened. And crazy times in history, everybody. All right, so without any further ado, let's see. Got some stuff. We'll get back to that after we bring on Ron and Deborah. All right, Ronnie B. Elvis, for all you Elvis fans. And Deborah, that's right, the little Queenie, they're all both in the house. They're going to come on, folks. So let's bring them on. My good friends, Ronnie B. and Deborah. What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
Look at you guys, man. You look like Hollywood when you look at you two. God bless you two, man. I've known you, Ron, for a long time. And Deborah, you know what? You're always great guys. You're always out there doing some great stuff, performing. You were part of my Dean Martin thing that we did. I appreciate that. You're going to be part of our St. Jude's benefit this year coming up in September 15th in Melrose Park. And Ron, you've been doing your show for many years. Now, let me ask you something, Ron. Let's get to you first real fast. Ronnie, why Elvis?
Well, it just happened. When I was a kid and Elvis was coming on, Ed Sullivan, the Dorsey brothers, Steve Allen. Oh, I'm dating myself here, eh? And
Right.
that's okay. Anyhow, I'd be, just laying in my bed and in my bedroom. My folks and aunts, we're from the old West Side. All right. So back in, if you want to call it a Dago ghetto, down from Mother Cabrini Church, I could walk to Mother Cabrini Church. Okay. We had family living in the same apartment building back then. So my dad was the only guy that had a TV in our little group, our little tribe, what have you. And everybody come over to watch Elvis. I'd be sleeping. Next thing you know, but I was starting to get to know who he was. I was loving the sound. What's this guy doing? Gyrating all over the place. I love it. And I'd be sleeping. It comes on. They'd wake me up. I'd be in those Dr. Dutton pajamas with the flap on the back, They'd have me get out for real.
Yeah.
They'd have me get out in the middle of the front room, okay? And I'd be watching, and the next thing you know, I'd just be imitating them. Nobody told me to, but they knew I had a love for him. They could see that he triggered me. He excited me when I was a kid. So they pulled me out. They didn't tell me to do it.
Yeah, you just did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Watched it.
And you do a good job at it. Deborah, what was your affection with Elvis Presley?
Actually, my very first memory of music and feeling the music, getting excited about it, was Elvis. And so the first music that I remember hearing actually was his gospel music in my home with my parents. They were both Elvis fans. My father is about Elvis's age, my mother a couple years younger. And my parents, they sang music, they danced to music, they played music. Music was always big in our home. And I'm actually one of 5 Irish quintuplets. And so, we just always loved to dance. So we loved the way that he looked, first of all. He was so handsome. He was very fashionable with, what he wore. And we certainly loved his moves. We loved how he danced. But his voice, I would say, is my very first recollection. And it was how it made me feel when I heard it. So that's something that always stuck with me. And then I did get to see him 3 times in concert live. And I actually did get to meet him. And there is a picture of Elvis and I while he's on stage, and he's holding my hand. I was 10 years old at the time.
Very cool. Very cool. I mean, that's got to be a great feeling. And that's something that you're always going to remember. And Ron, that's something that you're always going to remember too, growing up, watching them on TV, just like people did when they were watching the Beatles for the first time. How people were so crazy about it. And, and whether you're an Elvis fan or not. Now, there's some that are really crazy Elvis fans, and there's some. I like Elvis to the point where I didn't care for the hound dog stuff. I really liked him 68 and up when he came back and he put a little weight on and he was doing some of those other great songs. And I have to admit about Elvis songs, I liked Elvis's non-hits better than his hits. He had a lot of great songs that people, unless you're real Elvis fans, you understand. But even some of his movie songs, even though I know he didn't like doing any of his movies because he was probably a lot better actor than they gave him credit for. I know that he was up for The Star Is Born originally with Barbra Streisand, and Tom Parker pulled that down, made sure that didn't happen. That could have changed Elvis's career in the movie sections because you know what? But I love that kind of stuff. And sometimes when someone is overly hyped, you get to hate the person. Or you're like, oh my God, I got to hear him again. I got to see him again. Sort of like the Taylor Swift thing. Sort of like I remember in the 80s when you would turn the radio on and all you would hear was, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Every 5 minutes, I got to hate the song. I couldn't, so I understand what you're coming from. I love what you're doing. Ron, you've been doing this for a long time. Now you're getting together and doing an actual show with Deborah. What's that about?
Well, that's the King and Queen of Hearts. Let her go ahead and give you the whole lowdown on that.
Yeah, please do.
Go ahead. I don't want to sit here and get corrected,
Yeah, so basically, the King and Queen of Hearts is an opportunity for Ronnie and I to be able to sing together, which we love to do. And we've been doing it privately, actually, for 7 years. But now, we're putting it out there. So we did write a couple of songs that are original. We did present them to the Josie Music Awards. They both were nominated. Rockabilly Queen, which we will be performing for you folks today.
Yes.
And the other one is Broken Holidays. And that was a song that was actually about my mom, whom I lost actually when we were on our wedding honeymoon. So that's more personal. And actually now both of those songs have also been nominated with the Red Carpet Awards, which is an independent music award program, which is what the Josie Music Awards is as well. But the Red Carpet Awards is in the country of Holland in Europe.
That's fantastic. And of course, the Josie Awards, the GMAs, is in Nashville, and we've all been part of it the last couple of years. All right, so let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the first song.
Can I throw one thing out there, Tony?
Sure.
Okay. Well, when we're talking about the writing, okay, because I want to give her credit where credit is due. All right, on Rockabilly Queen. All right, Deborah and I wrote the lyrics totally, worked on the groove, got the harmonies, put the whole vocal aspect of it together. But there's Joe Dex out there.
Sure.
We did team up with Joe Dex, and he came up with the main lick, and we all worked on it from there. And we had some studio musicians wrapped in there. We had, well, they were studio musicians and a tech at that point. Dan Fern, I want to give him credit. Mm-hmm. And then we also had Austin O'Baker on drums. And I'll get back over to Broken Holidays. There we had Ken Lewis, Dan Fern, Renai naturally writing again. And was that about it? And Dan go ahead and do like, I don't know, 3-4 different instruments suddenly?
Yes, he did.
So,
so that's cool that you reached out to everybody. I know Joe Dex, also, isn't he also with the Cave Dwellers sometimes, Joe?
They parted ways last time I was talking. When you know this business, it could spin around again. Yeah,
you got it. Well, you know what? It's nice that you're promoting other people that wrote the song music-wise, and then, of course, the lyrics that you guys wrote. Why don't you do one of your songs first? We'll save Rockabilly for the end. Let's do one song that you guys did during the sound check. If I got this right, this is one of the songs that were on Elvis's last record in 1977 before he passed away. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time singing on Ocean's Pit for your lunchtime hour, here's Ronnie B. Elvis and the little Queenie Deborah herself. That's right, singing, Pledging My Love. Go get it, guys.
I got to check with the band here, man, see if they're ready.
Check the band. Go ahead.
How you boys doing?
All right, let's do it. Pledging My Love, Ronnie B. and Deborah.
Forever, my darling, our love will be true. Always and forever, I'll love only you. Just promise me, darling, your love in return. May inspire my soul, dear, forever. My heart said you're commanded to keep on the road. Making you happy is my desire. Keeping you is my goal. I'll forever love you for the rest of my days. I'll never part from you or your loving ways. Just promise me, darling, your love in return. May this fire in my soul, dear, forever burn. My heart said you're commanded to keep on the road. Making you happy is my desire. Keeping you is my goal. I'll forever love you for the rest of my days. I'll never part from you or your loving ways. Just promise me, darling, your love in return. May this fire in my soul, dear, forever burn.
That's right, baby. Ronnie B. Elvis and Deborah, folks, Pledging My Love, a great Elvis song that recorded in 1977 on his last album, right before the King passed away, folks. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's not forget our sponsor from Deutsch Power Center, recreating servicing the Great Lakes industry, a good buddy, Deutsche Power Center. Give my good buddy Sal a call. And let's not forget, I'll say hello to Danny Mazzi out there from Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street, Elgin, Illinois. Buy local, shop local, and Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. My good friend Ronnie B. Elvis. Ronnie, and let's also announce that Ronnie B. Elvis will be with us September 15th at St. Jude's, but also Deborah will be with him too, joining him in the show. So that's going to be, you're going to get the King and Queen of Hearts on September 15th at the beautiful St. Jude's benefit that Carl Doty does every year. That was great, guys. Let me just get a little quick input. Let's go back to the movie Tom Hanks, Elvis. It was actually told from the eyes of the Colonel, Tom Parker, of course, who Tom Hanks played. And let's get your opinion, Deborah, on that particular movie.
I really enjoyed the movie. First of all, I really appreciated the perspective because that was always a mystery, that relationship between Elvis and his promoter, Colonel Tom Parker. And, I think that they both partnered well together. The essence of that story is that Elvis, of course, was the showman and Colonel Tom Parker was the snowman.
Snow jobs,
He had, he was a carny and, he was the first to admit that. So, for him, it was always about the chase. It was always about the angle,
He was the P.T. Barnum of music.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yes, for sure. Very well said, Tony. And I thought it was a really good story. I think that he was very important for Elvis's career. Obviously, he could achieve things that other promoters were not able to do for the stars that they represented. Speaking of which, we have Barb Bailey as our agent.
Yeah, Barb Bailey is an incredible lady, great vocalist. She's a great girl, great lady. I love her. Do some stuff. But you know what? Also, Tom Parker was also a nuisance kind of to Elvis. For some reason, Elvis couldn't go out of the country.
Right, exactly right. So I was going to speak to that. He did hold him back in a number of ways. So first of all, like you mentioned about The Star is Born, there was an opportunity. Barbra Streisand, who was directing the film, starring in the film, she approached Elvis, wanted him in that film with her. It was because of Colonel Tom Parker that unfortunately that didn't work out. And I think he was a little bit, too stubborn, to be honest with you, on behalf of himself, and letting that get in the way of some opportunities for Elvis that he wanted to exercise. He wanted to become a serious actor. So that was a goal that he always had. And what's interesting is the movies that he did before he went into the Army, which was from 58 to 60, were actually more of his serious films as opposed to the films that Colonel Tom Parker had him signed up for when he got back from the Army in the 60s.
Love Me Tender, Loving You. Some of those, he was very good in those movies. Yeah, he did a very good job at that.
In Creole, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did a great job at that.
Yeah,
there you go. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things, Ronnie B. Elvis and Deborah. And you guys both met Priscilla Presley a few times. Ronnie B., what was your take on Priscilla?
What a beautiful, loving, sweet, quiet, demure, wonderful human being. A pretty lady inside and out.
Very good. Okay, that will tell you. And let's go on your end. What did you think of the new Priscilla movie, you guys? Ron, what did you think about the movie? Did you like it?
Well, okay, I'm going to be blatantly honest. I liked everything about it except the guy that was playing Elvis. The guy was as tall as a basketball player. Elvis he was never that skinny. Yeah. And he didn't ever have a clef in his chin. He wasn't Kirk Douglas.
Okay, so did you like the guy who played Elvis in Priscilla's movie better than the guy who played Elvis in the Tom Hanks movie?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you liked it better. So, Deborah, what was your take on the Priscilla movie?
Well, I appreciated the movie, and I liked the story that it told. I had read her book, Elvis and Me, back in like '85 when it was first released, and then I had read it again many years later. And you got to remember that this is a story it's very personal because it's private about what was happening behind the scenes between Priscilla and Elvis. And I mean, basically, I think that he really loved her. I think he took very good care of her. And she was wonderful to him, being very supportive always. And I think he never found a love again once they separated and got divorced, unfortunately. But the thing is, she really did experience a very lonely life, unfortunately, because although they were together for many years, more years than he had been with anybody ever,
Sure.
and she was with him during his best years as well, which is really important. Unfortunately, he was just so busy with his career. He just wasn't around very much. Let's address the white elephant in the room. I mean, he was a womanizer. Okay.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. And here's something that I just want to touch on. When people make biographies and they make movies about certain artists, they wouldn't make a movie about a guy that was completely clean and did nothing wrong. Nobody would watch it. There hasn't been a Dean Martin movie on because they can't find anything wrong about the guy.
That's true.
Elton John movie, David Bowie, Michael Jackson, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley. How old is you got to look at Elvis now. You hear about the stories about the drugs. You hear about the stories about taking younger girls to his backstage and all that. Cross-line pedophile. I mean, I hate to say this guy. Jerry Lee Lewis had that kind of same whatchamacallit. So nobody ever wants to talk about the whole picture. You have to do that. If you talk about Elvis, the great suits and the voice and the comeback concert, you have to talk about the negative, which I think, from what I read, the Presley family did not want that movie to be made, right? Because it showed Elvis not as clean cut as everybody thinks he was.
They were very concerned about it. Yes.
So, what's your now? You have a daughter.
Mhm.
How old is your daughter?
33.
Okay, so say your daughter was 15, and here comes a guy knocking at your door, wants to take you away. Case closed this day. Years ago, and maybe some states it's different, but it had to be difficult. What did you think of Priscilla's parents? Is it because it was Elvis?
I'll tell you what. First of all, when Elvis set his mind to something, there was no stopping him.
Yeah.
And that was regarding anything in his life, whether it was martial arts, whether it was, any genre of music that he wanted to sing. Okay. He showed up unannounced with no appointment, and he got into the Oval Office to meet President Nixon. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So, basically his approach with Priscilla's father, Mr. Beaulieu, who was an Air Force captain, and of course they met while Elvis also was in the Army. He was able to win him over, assuring him, that he would always be a gentleman, that he did intend to marry her. See, that was the deal from the beginning, from Elvis's mouth to Priscilla's father.
The girl I left behind, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right. I think back then it was a little different. It couldn't happen now. It couldn't happen now, but it could back then. And you know what? Replying to my good friend Albert from the Ron Onesti organization, Sinatra, I don't know if he had younger women like that, but he was a player too. And you know what? And Ron Starr said, and got another great entertainer in Chicagoland area. He's a human being. Things happen. People thought he was just the big star. To me, he seemed like a very, very lonely man.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Elvis was born one of a set of twins. Okay. Yeah. And so his brother, who was named Jesse Garin, unfortunately was stillbirth. And as a result, Elvis always, I believe, suffered from a deep loneliness. And I think he never really felt complete, to be honest.
He used to talk to his shadow like he was talking to his brother sometimes for confidence before he even went on stage.
Well, yeah, that's almost like praying to God. You're praying to someone
Yep.
that and everybody has. Hey, man, I hope this goes well today. Hope this, and we all do that, which is fantastic.
It was-
Everybody has that. You're right. I mean, back then, Hollywood was completely different than, and music world was completely different than it is now. A little bit, people are just a little bit more how they are these days compared to those days. But I mean, Elvis was just a character that that's never going to happen again. Elvis, the Beatles, it's never going to happen again. But then you look at Taylor Swift, who's a woman, and it's got that Elvis kind of thing to it. Everything she goes, it just goes crazy. People just go ballistic, whether you like it or not. So I don't know. It's completely different now. But it's interesting to see. Do you think now? I remember I've been to Graceland twice, and it seemed like to me that it got so overly commercialized. Do you think that too? You've seen it through the years change. You think it's changed for the better, or is the worse?
I was at Graceland when I was a little girl, and I got to meet Uncle Vester, who was Elvis's uncle and the gatekeeper. And yeah, of course, I mean, it has become more commercialized, but obviously, I mean, there is the profit aspect of it. Let's face it. I mean, anybody who's in a business, they're in business to make some money.
Sure.
And they've had to make upgrades, of course, over the years. Look at us now with all this technology, what we're doing on this show, So, I mean, they've had to upgrade. When I went the second time, which was with Ronnie on our honeymoon, actually, and that was his first time at Graceland. So
Stayed at the guest house. It's like the Bellagio. I don't know if you ever stayed at that hotel.
No, I didn't stay at that one, but you know what? It had to be a cool feeling. I mean, you guys love Elvis. You love everything about Elvis. I know there's a studio there that you could actually record in one of the rooms that Elvis actually recorded in. I mean, there's a lot of history. It's almost like Dollywood in some sort of way. Yeah.
They let me at Sun Studio. I didn't ask when you take that tour at Sun Studio. I had the hair going, and I had the Speedway jacket on. So we're with all of these people, the public, and we're just going about. And then the guy stopped me. He goes, "Hey, wait a minute. Everybody holds this mic, all right? It's not live, the one that he sang out of, I guess. Anyhow, he goes, how'd you like to go and give him a little entertainment, give him a little taste?" I went, "Sure."
Yeah.
I got it on video. So they hooked it up. And they played a track, was Great Balls of Fire, I think, actually, Jerry Lee Lewis deal. And I sang it. I sang it there at Sun Studio, and that was a ball.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and everybody loved it. I mean, everybody was applauding that was, there for the tour.
That is very cool, man. It's great stuff. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Ronnie B. Elvis and Deborah King and Queen of Hearts, a brand new duo show that's going to be coming to town near you. And in a couple minutes, they're going to be singing their brand new original song that they wrote together, also with the help of Joe Dex and other writers, Rockabilly Queen, who they'll be singing in a few seconds. Real fast, folks, let's get to a couple upcoming shows coming up. It's very important to produce some of these things here, folks. On the 8th of February, we'll be back at Are We Live in Burr Ridge. Bill Saratella, yours truly, Frank and Dean at Rockin' Ravioli in St. Charles on February 13th. The Vixen Theater in McHenry, February 14th, is sold out, the Rat Pack show. February 16th and 17th, me and my sister, of course, the great Regina Karma, will be opening a brand new casino in Louisiana. The Louisiana Downs on the 16th and 17th. And the 24th of February, folks, will be at Pier 290 in Lake Geneva with Ocean's Rat Pack. About maybe 6 more tickets, and that show is sold out. And we're making a debut at a brand new place called Little Pops New York Pizzeria in Lisle on March 6th. I'm excited about that. Thank you, Lenny Rago, for that. And real fast, folks, let's get some birthdays here, folks. Some birthdays, if we can. Janet Greer's celebrating 67 years old. Nick Mason, original drummer from Pink Floyd, turns 80 years old today. Boy, look at all this. Road Warrior Hawk from all you WWF wrestling fans out there, 67 years old. Zaza Cully, who played Mrs. Jefferson on The Jefferson, celebrating the birthday today. Gretzky, one of the greatest hockey players of all time. Bridget Fonda, actress. Kid Rock, 53 years old. Patton Oswalt, 55 years old. One of the greatest guitar players in the world, our time, Eddie Van Halen celebrates a birthday. Actress Donna Reed, actor Alan Alda from MASH turns 88 years old. John Banner, better known as Sergeant Schultz and Hogan's Heroes, celebrating some birthdays, celebrity birthdays here on Ocean's Pit. All right, we got Ronnie B. And Debbie, shows you want to promote before you do your song. Anything coming up?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Deborah, with the Davenport deal with Barb.
Okay. So, yeah, we have a show coming up on February 15th where we're going to be singing a song at Barb Bailey's show. And that's going to take place at Davenport's in Chicago. And so you can purchase tickets at davenports.com, I believe it is. So we hope to see y'all there. That's going to be a lot of fun.
You got it.
There's going to be many, many performers.
That's very cool. Barb Bailey puts on some great shows.
So,
hey, yeah, it's going to be
Valentine's Day.
Doing that.
All
Yeah,
about the
Valentine's Day
love.
weekend. Bringing in the love, baby. Oh, Richard Hamlin says, you're right. I forgot to say happy birthday to Justin Timberlake. Timberlake. Thank you, Richard. His birthday. All right, here it is, guys, for the first time.
One other deal. Our buddy Rhino. You were
Yes.
I was just there. Yeah, I contacted him. Whatever. We got together on it. So again, we're gonna do a redo. Not a redo of the show. The other show went great. We're gonna be also performing there again. February 23rd. February 23rd on a Friday night, 8 to 11.
Very cool. And again, hats off to my good friend Rhino and Melissa. We were there on Sunday to a jam-packed house. You know what? I wish them the best of luck. They're great people, great food, great pricing. The day was fantastic. So it was a lot of fun. I wish you guys a lot of luck with that. All right. So here we are singing their very first, one of their many original songs that they were nominated at the Josie Awards in Nashville, also the Red Carpet Holland Awards. In Holland and Europe. It's a song they wrote together. Lyric-wise, Joe Dex, a Chicago entertainer musician, wrote some of the music, and it's called Rockabilly Queen. So here they are for the very first time, the King and Queen singing Rockabilly Queen. Take it away, guys.
I got to get in the mood here, man.
Yeah, I got it, baby. Go ahead.
Thanks to Dan Fern, who was not only a musician with numerous instruments, but he was the recording mastering engineer as well.
Yeah.
Dan
Very
Fern.
cool.
Oh, he's amazing.
A
All right.
local talent.
Hit it.
Very good. All right. Rockabilly Queen. It's coming up here, folks. Ronnie B. and Deborah, King and Queen of Hearts, right here, debuting their brand new Rockabilly Queen song.
She was a rockabilly queen, making the scene, watching her from the stage line. Flashing gleaming eyes, howling the time, moving in the group and crossing dance floor. The cats in the room getting all shook up with a case of the nervous sweats. They're making that song, which one she'd go home with that night. Hey, 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 everybody just want more. Hey, 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 everybody just want more. Oh yeah, y'all. She'd be rocking and bopping, moving and grooving across the dance floor. The rockabilly queen had everybody shouting, rocking, rolling, rolling, rolling. Hey, 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 woo! Everybody just want more. Hey, 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 woo! Everybody just want more. All right, yeah.
and clap, please.
One last call, she be up and gone, leaving me nothing but a honky-tonk song. Stay out late, find a holiday, oh yeah, we're there. Rockabilly, rockabilly, rockabilly queen, yeah. Oh, well, rockabilly queen. She's mine,
He's mine.
yeah, rockabilly queen. Oh, mine.
Yes, sugar.
I'm
You're
hers.
mine.
She's mine.
You're mine.
Oh, yeah. We be rocking and rolling all the time. Rockabilly queen, rockabilly. Oh yeah, that's Russia's history, baby.
Yes, baby.
Russia's history, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, Rockabilly Queen. My good friend Ronnie B. Elvis and Deborah, King and Queen of Hearts, a brand new show coming to a town near you. Great job, Joe Dexter and Dan Fern for recording that. Guys, can you where can you purchase that song if you guys want to buy it? How do they do that?
Yeah, it's on all of the streaming platforms. So Apple and
Spotify, yada yada
and-
yada.
yeah.
You know, it's yeah.
and
Well,
it's on YouTube as well.
yeah.
YouTube as well. I want to thank you guys for being on the show. I really do appreciate it. Ronnie B. Elvis and Deborah, always a pleasure to be with you guys, and I wish you guys a lot of success on your show.
Thank you.
It's going to be fun. And you know what? Keep writing your songs. I think it's very important. You know, and you got that Elvis kind of 50s kind of Jerry Lee Lewis, but you got Buddy Holly, you got that Carl, that stuff in there. It's going to be great, which I love it, which is going to be very cool. So I wish you guys the best. You have a good time. Don't forget to go see them, Ronnie B. and Deborah at Bart Bailey's show at the Davenport Theater, February 24th, was it?
No,
That's
20.
February 15th. And then we're going to be at Bugsy's in McHenry at Ryan and Melissa Mellama's place.
Yes.
It's February 23rd.
So make sure go out. Is there a website, email? How do they look you guys up? How do they book you?
Thank you, Tony. If you go to the Facebook page for Ronnie B. Elvis,
Who's
it's a
that,
public
man?
page.
Thank you, baby.
We'll post all of our events there.
And they can always call 847-693-1045.
And we look forward to seeing y'all.
You got it good. Let's give it up for Ronnie B. Elvis and Deborah, ladies and gentlemen. King and Queen of Hearts show coming to a town near you. Thank you there, my good friends, Ronnie B. and Deborah. Guys, Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. It's great having musical guests on. Tomorrow, my guest, of course, my co-host, the great Laura Ocean, my wife. And, of course, Friday, I have a friend of mine. Her name is Penny, and she's involved in something called Cinderella Closet. It's prom dresses, giveaway stuff for young girls that can't afford prom dresses. She's going to be on the show. She has an organization called Cinderella's Closet, and she's going to be on talking about this. There's a lot of people out there, young girls out there, going to prom or going to senior dances and stuff like that, and they can't afford it because these dresses are expensive. So Penny works for this organization called Cinderella Closet. Penny's going to be our guest on Friday. And maybe you guys got some dresses or something, women out there, or got some stuff that you might want to donate for Cinderella's Closet, which is a very good cause. She'll be my guest on Wednesday. Tonight we'll be at Rosario's. Tomorrow is Zaza's. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Saturday, Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy, folks. And Sunday, Tavern on the Point in Edison Park, Jerry Jams. Guys, a couple other things here. Hi, would you like to rent? Get this. Now look at this, folks. You know, you got a dog. People have dogs, big backyards. A lot of people, the worst thing you want to do is go out and pick up the poop, right? Okay, you have to do it. Now, there's a service out there that I never even knew that, folks. That's right. It's called petbutler.com. That's right. For $10 a week, they will come to your house and they will pick up the dog poop in your backyard. Well, whoever thought of that? Petbutler.com. $10 a week. Pick up the poop professionally picked up the poop. I don't know how they do it professionally, but anyway, they're going to come and you got to check them out. That's petbutler.com. $10 a week. You can get the same guy that could be mowing your lawns and doing all that stuff. You pay them something once a week. Pay this guy to come and pick up your poop. And another interesting story. How about renting the CTA train? I didn't know you can do that. For you and 39 of your friends, if you guys want to go from location A to location B and find out where the CTA goes, you can rent this, folks. Very cool, for the whole day, $3,000. They'll give you the driver, and you can have all your friends in there pitch in, and you crazy for $3,000. But hey, rent the CTA. Well, who knew all the great stuff that you can do here in the city of Chicago? Guys, I hope you had a great day. I'm having a great day. I really do appreciate you guys coming out and supporting local establishments, live entertainment. That's what it's all about. And getting back to my first thing, real fast, let's get to another quick sponsor, folks. We have to say, again, to our good friends, Roy McCampbell, if you're looking for a lawyer, he's the guy, 708-275-4264. Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. Also, let's not forget my wife's company, Laura Ocean Solutions, increasing profits or reducing credit card fees. You'll never have to shop again with Laura Ocean Solutions. Don Esteban Cigars, as for the brand new Tony Ocean hand roll cigar from Tampa Springs, Florida. Call Javier 727-366-7536. And Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days, Anthony and Carmela from Rosemont, Illinois. Trico Hair Experts. Guys, I just want to say to make sure you guys go out, support local establishments and live entertainment. It's important. Everybody has an opinion, and whether people want to listen to it or they don't, it is what it is. I'm happy for anybody out there that loves what they love. That's their business. I support whatever these people want to do. If you like this, God bless you. If you're doing this, God bless you. More power to you. But we all don't have to like the same thing, even because it's popular. You don't have to like the thing just because it's popular. Also, I truly believe that what's in your heart is in your heart, man. Speak your mind. People don't like that anymore. They're so afraid of speaking their minds. I'd rather have a guy or a woman, loud, obnoxious, maybe telling her how she is or how he feels or how she feels, instead of the quiet guy that sits back there, or woman that sits back there, shakes your hand, and still destroys you when you're not around. Always be careful and look around, folks. It's very important. My opinion, and it doesn't mean a lot, but you know what? If I can make you guys laugh or smile at anything I say, whether I screw it up, which most of the time I do, important is it comes from the heart, and that's all that matters. And now, speaking of coming from the heart, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, ladies and gentlemen. Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and Mesa, Arizona. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching the show today. And go out. Do something different that you've never done. Try it. Don't be afraid. Have a good time, folks. It's important. Again, thank you, my good friend Ronnie B. Elvis and Deborah. King and Queen's Hearts show coming to a town near you. Check out Ronnie B. Elvis's Facebook page. Download, pick up the song Rockabelly Queen, baby, and support local talent. Buy local, shop local, support local talent. The great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. We need it now more in this world than ever. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow here, Ocean's Pit, with my co-host, the great Laura Ocean. Another woman telling it like it is. It's going to be fun. Nick Sahajas, the piano man, take us out.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day. God bless. Peace.